Oh man, okay. How you guys doing? Sorry. I had my heart broken just before the show starts. I'll be all right. I'll get over it. But a woman broke my heart, man. A woman broke my heart.
Well, that's all they're good for.
That's all they ever do.
Damn you, Vega.
It's
breaking Joe's heart.
The woman that right. The woman that happens to run our lottery pool said we didn't win the lottery again. So that just broke my heart. You know, that's just.
Oh well.
I was fully prepared. I got my checkbook out and everything. I was writing checks, man. You know, I was ready.
Yeah, better luck next time. The odds are in your favor. It's only 170 million to 1. Don't worry about it. You got it. You got it. You got this.
It's 2023. What the hell's a check? What's a checkbook?
Yeah, what is a check?
That's so 2000.
Yeah, exactly. So
I just wrote a few the other day.
Yeah.
Today is Saturday, June 10th, 2023. Happy birthday, Kayla. That's my oldest daughter is 33 today. We'll give a big round of applause and a salute to my oldest daughter. Today is this is Share a Beer Show 704. 704. I like it. How you guys doing, man?
Doing fantastic, Joe. We're doing fantastic.
Doing fantastic.
Fantastic.
Still vertical. Still vertical.
Yeah, still vertical, exactly. We got this handsome guy over here, man, that we haven't heard from in a long time. Mr. Bandana, how you doing?
Oh, doing all right. Just been working on the burb out in the driveway and in between work and trying to deal with the weather and all kinds of other fun shit.
Got any snow lately?
No, actually, that's all gone. Just started to rain when I was trying to get the tank up in the truck.
Okay, so I got a question for two of yous, the two of yous, right? That I could think of, maybe even more. How are those fires affecting you guys? Now, I know it's affecting Tom. Is it hitting over there where you're at in Minnesota?
It is. There was even a warning in the paper for people who have respiratory issues to stay indoors.
Wait, what's this thing you call the paper? What are you talking about?
It's this thing, made out of dead trees that I bring bring my mom every day. You know, go to the gas station, pick it up. I call it false news.
But it is affecting you, though. It's starting to affect your air quality and breathing and everything.
Yeah, and with the haze, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell what the actual weather is. Like, is it going to rain? Is it supposed to be a sunny day today? So I got to check my weather app every day.
And what about you, Tom?
It hit me pretty bad. It was to the point where I made an appointment to go to urgent care because I just couldn't breathe. Oh. The air quality is up to I think it was up to 160. But now it's a lot better. It's like at 6 or 17. So now I can actually breathe. I canceled my appointment and I was like, you know what? I think I'll be good. But it was pretty bad. It was the same way. It was just a smog. It was a smog over there. I canceled my appointment and I was like, you know what? I think I'll be good.
Is that me?
It was pretty bad.
No, it was me. No, it's not.
But it was it's not fun to say the least.
Anybody else bum where you're at? Can you share where you're at?
Yeah, I'm south of Chicago right now, and it doesn't. From what I can see, I mean, it's just, it's hot here, but the sky's clear. It seems okay, and it didn't seem to have hit Pittsburgh when I was last there. So
if it keeps going, it will at some point.
Yeah. It was hitting in eastern Pennsylvania, but not western, from what I could gather.
Now, Bum, from where you're at in your undisclosed top secret location, can you happen to peek out the window and squint really hard? Maybe you can see Hot Butcher for the World from there.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret.
It's probably in the beer. It's probably in the refrigerator. They probably,
Yeah, you probably already bought some.
the Hot Butcher for the World beer.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I had thought about best case scenario getting on the show this evening from Hop Butcher. It wasn't It wasn't meant to be, though.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
I wanted to do it so bad.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
Yeah, nothing's working out this weekend.
Blah 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 blah.
Yeah. Not saying you won't get a report tomorrow from there. I may pop in tomorrow. We shall see.
Yeah, I'd be interested.
I hear they're all out of beer.
Right?
Don't go. That's not worth it. Yeah,
they sold out to ABM.
Sold out. Yeah, they sent it all to Joe.
Yeah, they sent all the.
Nobody named Mark.
Oh.
Right, exactly.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. Oh yeah. That's not. No, you're not. You're not. That's not good for you, Bum. Yeah.
Now, what about in Idaho? I don't think the fires are getting that far out. We have our own fires out west.
Yeah, no, there's no residuals here. Nothing like that. We're good.
In Phoenix, we haven't had anything from the Canadian fires, but we've got our own fires burning over here. So that's affected us locally, but not too bad yet. We haven't had. Now, if you're in that part of Phoenix, you're in North Phoenix, in the North Phoenix greater metro area, especially in the North Mesa area, they were greatly affected because there was a fire up that way. But it wasn't so many acres that it would affect anything.
That must be scary, though, right? You can see, you're in your house and you can see it in the distance, and you're like, oh no.
What
am I doing?
Terrifying. Absolutely.
You got at that point. You're packing, right? You got a U-Haul, a U-Pack, or you call ABF and be good to go.
Right. Yeah. Right. Exactly. Yeah. So we've got. Let's see if I could find the appropriate. Where did it go? Where'd it go? Oh man. Here we go.
Just need to have a bug out bag ready to go.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't have my no well. But yeah, I don't have my correct sound effects here. What happened? Look, there. Oh, I moved it. That's what it is. Sorry. Oh well. Missed my moment. But yeah, I was kind of wondering how far and how bad the air quality was and everything in your areas. I know there was another train derailment. Now that Andrew's here, we can talk train. There was another train derailment. 22 rail cars, man, here in the great state of Arizona, wrecked, all with brand new vehicles in them. So if you're looking for a new car at a good price,
rent sale coming soon.
The railroad won't release them. They'll actually companies that are put in charge of cleaning up those messes. They actually bring in a portable car shredder.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And they just drop them right in.
Yeah, I heard they bury them and shit, right?
No, they shred them.
They just shred them.
They just shred them.
They shred the whole thing?
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Holy crap.
Because the Burlington Northern Railroad, back like 40 years ago, they opted to say, this one Suburban in this one train wreck, it's just fine. Well, they decided to use it as their own, and literally 5 years later, it had all kinds of electrical issues, mechanical issues, and they wound up scrapping it.
Oh, so they just do it right off the rip now.
Yeah.
They just screw it. No chance.
Yeah, because it's a liability for the auto manufacturer, the railroad, and the end
They
user.
just shred it, sell the scrap, and that offsets the premium to the insurance company.
Yep.
That's a scrap man's dream right there.
The end user, say, Tom, say you order a new vehicle, it's coming via train, and if you say your new minivan is on a rail car and it derails, your minivan is going to get shredded, and they're going to have to build a new one.
Yeah, I thought that it's always pretty. I had a friend. Well, he was a neighbor of mine that worked for BNSF when I lived in New Mexico, and he would tell me these stories about when they wrecked with cars in them and what they did. And he said he saw them bury a bunch of brand new cars, just brand new. They just dug the deepest hole you could imagine. They just freaking smashed them and buried them in there. That's it.
Just to make sure they don't get sold and get on the market. Yeah, because
they
like flood damaged cars sold as new. That type of stuff. Yeah,
it's just crazy. But they so that's the latest train wreck that I know of, which is they're a train wreck. What do you want?
Well, I think we discovered the cause of the train wreck. Did you see this? Vegas got inside information.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, and speaking of railroad news, the Canadian Pacific purchased the Kansas City Southern. Railroad is now known as CPKC.
Wow.
Damn Canadians buying up everything. Gee.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, that's a little round of applause for that. Man, we were waiting on that one. Yeah, we that was,
breaking news.
Yeah, yeah, it was. That's a little.
Well, it's going to be the nicest train company ever. Everybody from Canada is nice, so they got.
Yeah. Hey, yeah,
for sure.
Hey.
Hey.
No, that's Minnesota there, Mark.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, get it right.
You got to get it right. As you drive north in Minnesota, the accent gets thicker and thicker, and pretty soon you're up in Canada.
So I'll get into the beer that I'm about to crack open. And I find it interesting that as I'm looking this beer up, I've got a 2019 release of this Big Bad Baptist. I've got an epic beer, by the way. Damn it, I missed it. Damn it. I was supposed to lead into it that way. I have an epic beer, and
you need better writers, Joe. You need better writers.
I gotta. You know what? They're on strike, so
yeah.
Scabs
aren't doing very good.
When you got a bunch of scabs working for you, you know what I'm saying? Well, I find it interesting that even for 2019, there was 5 different releases. See? So that part's pretty cool. And I happen to have release number 2. So all that is important information. As you can see, they have different ABVs. That's pretty interesting, isn't it?
So it's like different editions as they sold out and they're like, oh, make more.
It gets a pretty low rating for what it is. That's a really good beer.
Well, he's got the lowest rating on his.
Yeah, that base beer is really good.
Yeah. So this one has 841 total ratings. 1 in the last 30 days. There's only one other very knowledgeable person out there, very wise person out there like myself. It's classified as an imperial or double stout. 11.2% ABV and a 3.86 bottle cap rating, which ain't that good for this beer.
No.
An imperial stout aged in whiskey barrels with cocoa nibs, coffee, vanilla, and roasted hazelnut. Oh, yeah.
Pretty good.
Sounds like a match made in heaven, to be honest.
Yeah.
It does, honestly, right? There's a better look at the label. right there. That's a fantastic look at the label and the beer right there. Thank you, Sandy. Appreciate that. I don't want to make any references to Sandy because sometimes Sandy, overseas is a dude. So, you know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah, Sandy's one of those names that, yeah.
Sandy's a dude in other countries? That's it's one of those names. What do they call those names when it's a boy and a girl?
Trans.
No, not that. No, when like you did that one name fits a boy and a girl. Jesus.
So I'll get my snake bite opener here.
Yeah. Sandy Koufax,
Ooh.
Joe Stahl, Sandy Koufax.
Yeah, I was going to mention him, but you know what? I think his name was Sanford. I think
okay.
Sandy was short for Sanford.
Okay.
And that's where Sandy can come from, right?
Yeah. I worked for a guy named Sandy. Maybe that explains something. I don't know.
Right. So, cracking this one open here, putting it in my IKEA, which is a Swedish glass that was made in China. So imported from Sweden by way of China. So, in other words, they do the same things we do. So all you people
go ask China.
Screw China, this and that, but you go to IKEA to buy your stuff, it's still made in China. So just if you think you're buying it from Sweden, it's still made in China. So, there's a look at the beer. It's another stout, man. They all look the same, except for this one does have that nice light brown type head to it. Definitely get cocoa. That sweet malted kind of, taste, smell from it. Bottoms up.
Vanilla. Should be getting some vanilla maybe on the.
It don't taste like. I can see why it didn't rate as high. I have to admit, I don't like it that much.
Hence the low rating on Untapped as well.
Maybe the rating is well deserved.
Yeah, I have to admit, I don't like it that much.
What is it? Is it thin or is the flavor not?
It's thin in the flavor. It's a 2019 release, as you see. It should not be. And I'm getting some bitterness in there that's not great. And that hazelnut thing didn't quite go the way you would hope. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't, you're not getting that nice malted barley mouthfeel. Like, it's just all wrong.
It might have been the that hazelnut mixture they added.
It's got
it's
bitter taste. It's not.
Yeah. Because almost, I'm sure all of those they're using some sort of extract. So,
Yeah, it didn't. It's a no bueno, man.
Maybe they thought it was Swedish hazelnut extract, but it was actually made in China.
It might have been made in China.
Oh.
That might have been it. Yeah.
So,
you know what?
Is it safe to say, Joe, that you will not be finishing that bottle?
I honestly would rather drink malt liquor than this.
Wow.
Whoa.
It's not that good. I wouldn't even give it a 3.8.
What the hell happened to Joe? Who did something with Joe?
Here you go, Joe. I won't be drinking this tonight, so you can have it.
Okay. I will not be drinking a malt liquor, but the idea of that is bad, and I would still rather drink. The malt liquor is horrific, and I would still rather drink that horrific stuff than. I have to admit, this isn't good.
At least malt liquor shows. You know what I mean? You know what you're getting.
You know what you're going to get.
Yeah. And by the way, here's the cap. For all of those that are interested. My lighting's
the expectation is you're drinking crap, and that's what you get. So yeah.
And that sucks because you're paying over $20 for the bottle too.
Probably those are like
I gave $15.99. I still have the
label. Got a whole case of malt liquor for that, Joe.
I know exactly.
Man. You could have got 1240s. You could have got 1240s basically for that.
Yeah, I honestly am not drinking that. That it is not. That is not. I'll be switching to a local beer, which I know is good. I've had a million of them.
They're all singing thing.
Juicy Jack.
Juicy Jack. This is
reliable.
We
if
love
you
Juicy.
have not come to Phoenix, or you're on your way to Phoenix, or if you've visited Phoenix, you had Santan. It's a big time local brew. This is a very solid, sessionable, juicy, hazy IPA, as they call it. You can find it all over the place. It seems to be creeping up in price, though, is my only problem. But 6.5% ABV, and it is a solid. It is a solid, juicy, hazy IPA. I mean,
the boss brought down a beer. Any left there, boss?
Really?
No. She's just finished. Yeah, she's finishing off the 40 right now.
She has it in her what paper bag?
She's doing an Edward. She's doing the 800 challenge, I think.
Oh, there you go. The Edward Snow with the
Edward,
40 hands.
Edward 40 hands. Edward 40 hands.
Oh, Tommy's been keeping track of my my food videos there.
The old sausage.
Joe D. Pallet is out of whack because of all the sauce.
Ooh, that looks good. The Shining.
The Shining.
Nice can.
Enderby Brewing. Yeah, we got to look that up too.
That's there's an extra in there. The shinning.
The shinning. Yeah.
Oh, the shinning. Oh,
Yep.
The Shining.
I thought it
No,
was
there's an
Shining.
extra end.
Yep.
Two
Shinning.
ends.
Is that what they're referring to, though?
I think so.
I'm assuming so. Yeah.
Look at yeah. So
Oh, yeah.
they probably get a copyright claim or something if they tried it the other way. You know.
You'll be surprised. A lot of these breweries are pretty ballsy.
Yeah.
They really are.
no,
Some
you're
of
right.
the logos and stuff they put
Yeah, you're right.
under the radar.
We've
Yeah.
got that one pulled up. This is interesting. 249 total. So that tells you it's a pretty new release.
Yeah.
Only one in the last 30 days. And you've got,
Yeah.
what, 11%, right? It's
Soon to
considered.
be 2. Yeah. But yeah, we've had it on tap before.
Mm.
A few months ago? I think over the winter. I think is when they put it out.
That's a good beer to share.
Yeah, 16-ounce can, 11%. Yeah, that's a good one.
Even though triples are easy, it seems like they get easier and easier to drink over time.
This one is a very, very easy drinking. Yeah.
Mm.
So it says in the description, you've got it featuring Citra, Incognito in the Whirlpool, and double dry hopped with Bravo and Amarillo.
Wow, this is.
Mm.
It's almost like there's a lemon, like mango and lemon. It's almost like a lemon ice or something. I mean, that kind of flavor. It's not sweet, but I mean, it's kind of real full body.
Mm.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Does it have a brightness to it? Kind of bright.
Yeah, kind of crisp. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got good body. It's not thin. I mean, it's it's probably got more body than that beer you had, Joe.
Oh,
Oh,
you know
man.
what? That is. I think I remember Bum saying that there were. Didn't I remember you saying that you had some Big Bad Baptist that you just did not like? I think you had a whole batch of them, or was that another beer?
That was something else. I've avoided those Big Bad Baptists just because I'm not into the whiskey barrel stuff. So just on that alone made me not buy them, and I'm kind of glad I didn't. now.
Yeah.
Honestly, the original is the best experience you can have.
Yeah, I'll drink the original any day.
The base beer. Yeah.
Well, the regular barrel aged with no adjuncts and everything is honestly is probably my favorite one I've had from them.
Well, that sucks because I had only brought out the 3 beers. I had brought the 1 Coors, the Big Bad Baptist, and the Juicy Jack. And now I'm going to have to run and get something else out of it.
Oh, damn it.
Because now my beverage alignment is all out of whack. But I
Yeah,
actually
you-
think support plenty. Trust me, I've got plenty in reserve. But so what do you think of that one, Mark? That one sounds phenomenal. That was
It's really good. Yeah, I mean it's a solid. It's like you said, Tom. It's a well brewed triple, and you would not know it's 11%. There is no hint at all of.
You know what? About a dozen years ago, an 11% beer meant automatic boozy. Automatic.
You know, flavor, but no booziness. I mean,
and it felt like the borderline was that like 7.5 to 8% beers.
Yeah.
Sometimes that was the borderline of a beer being boozy. But not anymore. These breweries are, you know what? And you know what? I think as much as we like to, as a society, slam on social media, that is one part of social media that has really benefited us as consumers, is the ability for brewers to get on there and exchange ideas and see what other brewers are doing and just come up with some beers that are phenomenal out of this. That beers like that, Mark, 11% that drink like they're no more than 6.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell that it's substantial. I mean, you know, the mouthfeel, the flavor. You know that's probably not going to be a 4% beer. I mean, you know that. But you don't taste the alcohol. So,
if you remember, 90-minute IPA and like Hop Slam and stuff like that were like the big, heavy, big beers.
Yeah.
And now beers that are like 11% drink like they're 7%.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
and
insane.
another point to a little bit farther beyond your point, Tom, is a triple IPA a dozen years ago meant beers that were going to abuse your palate so bad you're not going to drink more than just that one beer.
It'd be like super bitter or, you know, just overpowering. And this has a lot of flavor, but it's not so much in one area or another. It's just well blended, lots of flavor, but it all goes together.
Right. You're still probably not going to drink more than 2. Maybe.
Yeah, you'll get in trouble.
16 ounces. Yeah, if I drank 2 16 ounces, I'd be horizontal.
Right. You'd be doing the team over there.
Yeah, but I'd be sure to turn my camera off.
Now, would you get your old lady involved in?
No.
No.
Even at that level, I'd still have enough decision-making skills to make sure that there was no video evidence and no lady involved.
I think Mark would just shut his camera off.
Yeah.
And pants would be on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. There's not going to have to be, any kind of.
Yeah, I'll keep all my clothes on, turn the camera off, and just go to bed. I mean,
We haven't even had a chance to get into that with Team. He was so. Well, he pretty much. I'm surprised to see Coach on here because Coach, you're actually supposed to be murdered by now.
You're supposed to be dead.
You're supposed to be dead. So we're not actually even talking to you right now because you are dead. Actually.
Well, I am gone. I'm in hell, or what was it? California? Okay, yeah. So I'm,
same thing.
Jesus.
Or this is the AI representation of you, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
This Chat GPT Coach.
Yeah, we're speaking to Coach AI is what we're speaking to, actually. It's gotten so good. Look at that. I don't know, good or bad in the same way. Like you would have thought AI would have made Coach handsome, and they didn't really do anything for him.
They didn't, but you know what they gave me? A really big.
That's all you need.
Coach, I thought you were supposed to get a convenience store per some of the
right.
crowd. Weren't you supposed to get a C store?
Yeah, like your own 7-Eleven or something.
Yeah, like Apu in Simpsons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, we got a serious question being asked. I mean, I think, why is weed just strong for no reason? sounds like Vega's experiencing something that,
Too strong nowadays.
yeah.
Too strong.
You
Yeah,
know
panic
what's
attacks.
happening here? By the way, this past 2 weeks, I have noticed that I feel like the not the distilleries. I want to say distillery, right? Are they distilleries?
Dispensaries.
Dispensary. I feel like the dispensaries are in a war, in a little battle.
Oh, they're always.
A lot like supermarkets. We've got some
Yeah.
big major chains here, right? In Arizona. We've got some big chains. And so some of their billboards are starting to advertise prices per ounce.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
The price
By the
war.
way, you
Yeah.
can
$80 an ounce. And so Tom, is $80 or $85 an ounce pretty good?
That's cheap as shit. There's a place nearby that's like 120 or something like that. Dude, you don't need that much weed.
Now,
That's a lot of weed.
mind you, I have not even so much as stepped foot on their property. Okay, I do not want to be accused of being. So you know what I'm saying? I get all my information from what I see with these eyes because I'm always on. And the billboards are out there, 80 or 85, no charge, $80 or $85 an ounce is what
That,
Oh, crap.
that's a lot of activity for an ounce. That'll get you going for a while. Yeah.
That's a matters how you do. Matters how you smoke it. If you're, God, that's all. It is a lot. If I was gonna buy that, I would just make like butter and stuff and make cookies. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
I remember back in the day. Now, when I used to smoke heavy, I always bought by the quarter pound.
You bought QPs?
Yeah, I always bought. I didn't want to have to mess with it for a while, so I would, come up and it was $2.50 a quarter pound.
Oh, that's a deal. Oh, I mean, back then was that expensive back then? Yeah.
Yeah. We're talking back in the day, and we're talking, on the street. We're not talking.
Joe, if you're buying that much, you were a dispensary, my friend. I'll just
Yeah.
leave it right there.
On the side.
I bought by the quarter pound. I'd buy a quarter pound or half pound, and then I don't have to worry about it for a while.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. It is awkward. It is awkward.
I was a guy that I had a sweet little setup. I had a cool little pipe, and I'd wake up in the morning, you smoke a bowl. Don't. Who didn't? Right? You wake up, you smoke a bowl. That's the way you start. That's the way you wake up. Right? Then you take a shower, you clean up, and all this and that. You smoke another bowl.
Quick wake and bake.
You used to get quarter pounds for 300.
And then before you leave, because you woke up, you smoked a bowl, you took a shower, cleaned up, you smoked another bowl, right? Because you need something to help get you into it. And then you pack your pipe, you put your lid on top, right? And then inside the pipe, I could pack at least 2 more pipes inside the pipe. 2 more bowls inside the pipe.
Joe is ready.
So I had 3 bowls always ready to go in my pocket. Always.
That's
Were you a Boy Scout? Be prepared, right?
Yeah.
Hey, when you're in it, when I still remember those days, bro.
You're in it to win it. You're in it to win it.
I still remember those days, bro. Yeah. But I am being told that the weed we smoked back in the day ain't got junk on what they got now.
No. You gotta be very vocal to them when you go in there. If you're like, I'm just starting again. I need something that's not going to give me a panic attack or anything, or go crazy, or.
Well, that's the good thing about it now is they know exactly how much is.
Okay. Vegas says he got for 300. See, so it's roughly the same price, roughly.
Yeah. But the difference is that today, they know that this much it's been, everything, so you can pick and choose. Yeah.
And it has to be tested, so you're not smoking some.
Wow, look at this.
pesticides
Here
or-
we go. Nemo's saying high-end ounce in Phoenix is around 300 to 350.
So by high end, does that mean high
That's
THC? I'm assuming, right?
That's about high quality, really high quality
THC.
weed. Yeah.
Super
Is that
potent,
kush?
high quality.
Yeah.
No filler.
High field.
without having touched weed in decades, I imagine like one hit just getting you there for just blasting you out of your mind.
All you need is one rip on the pipe, and you're kind of just see where it takes you, right?
You think Jack in the Box is still open?
Buckle up, we're going for the ride, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Jack in the Box. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't even want to get. I used to have my favorite bong was this big. It was just a big tube.
Sour.
I called it
sour.
The steamroller. It was just a long, big tube like this, man.
Yeah.
But I thought Andrew had a bong there for a second. I looked like he was walking back with a bong.
Yeah, I thought he was about to rip one in front of us.
Yeah.
And I got some new glasses, guys.
All right.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, see, this is something I don't know about. The old lady slipped me 100 milligram gummy last night.
That's a lot. 100 milligrams will get you toasted. A normal dose is like 5 to 10 milligrams.
Wow.
So
Wow. Yeah.
if you're taking 100 milligrams, you might be out for a day and a half.
He's probably just coming back from it at this point.
And it matters. Some people, it matters how fast your metabolism is. If you have a very fast metabolism, it'll go right through you, and you'll be high for like 2 days. To be honest with you.
Anniversary for Lake Superior Railroad Museum in Duluth.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, you see, because edibles stay with you longer as it is, right? I mean, when you consume it.
Well, THC is fat soluble, so say if you're a heavier person, it will stay with you longer. If that makes sense.
Oh, so I'd be high for like a month.
You'd probably be tested if you got tested like 2 months later. You'd probably still hit on your test. To be honest with you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you and Vega are on the level, Tom. I had to go lay down. I'm still feeling it.
Oh man, take a breather. Have some water. It's nice cold water. Put a little cold water on your face. It'll be good.
Yeah.
What do you mean, Vega? Used to be.
This is excellent. By the way, kids, for all those that are waiting, because normally we'd be into the malt liquor report by now. There's no malt liquor report for all those that are waiting. I'll just
they just gotta
right away and bad trombone it. So we will continue things next week.
That's a bummer. That is seriously a bummer.
Exactly.
Things didn't go as planned today.
Bummer Fred, whatever your freaking name is, bum.
Special fuck you though to the Sharab.
Bum deserves a week. Bum deserves a week off though, right? Come on.
Heck yeah, Bum. You know what, man? Out of all the Share Beer employees, Bum takes the least days off.
Yeah.
So.
And I had a report prepared here. Look at that.
Oh, see.
Wait. Shh. What do we have here? What?
Oh, the big man in action. He's big, dude. He's huge. Holy shit. He's a big guy. He's a big guy. Look at that doorway. Watch.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Is he 6'8"? Is that right? 6'8"?
6'8". Yes. There's no substitute for 6'8". Yeah. Yeah.
They say go big or go home. He is big and he does go home.
Yeah.
And his legs are definitely longer than his torso.
Yeah, he's all legs.
Right? Yeah.
6 feet of legs.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, he's a big old boy. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. We've got you know what? He's actually cleaned up quite a bit. I mean, look at this. You can actually see stuff in here. There's not stacks of stuff in the back here. Like, you know what? He's actually cleaned house quite a bit. So good for Andrew. A little round of applause. For picking up. He's getting his. Oh, and look at. Okay, cute. Look at. He's got a little train set up here on top of the doorway.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, how cute. Oh. Okay, cute. Look at that. Oh.
Hey, I just got
The rest of us would need a ladder to put it up there. He just reaches up there and just puts it on.
No, there's no need for a ladder. No, absolutely. He absolutely look for people, other people that aren't him. We would be like, you know what? I'm not putting nothing up there. I'd have to get the ladder out. I have to at least get a step stool. For him, it's always an option. He's like, oh yeah, we can just put that up here, right?
yeah.
You know,
He's operating on another level. He's just another one.
like 5'2" or something like that, 5'3". You know, things that are not options.
Oh, there you go.
Look at it. See,
Oh, big fella.
yeah. See,
How much do you think he weighs at 6'8"?
I think 350.
You think
Yeah,
so?
320, 300 plus for sure.
Yeah, I got 3 1/4.
Yeah.
I'm thinking 400 because I weigh 250 pounds.
No, I got.
He's like
I got 350.
He's 305.
all right, 375. I'm thinking.
305.
No way.
I'm going 333.
Andrew, what's your weight, my friend?
Oh, what's everyone's bets?
I'll say 350.
I've got 325.
How much time?
375.
Coach?
305. 305.
350 for me.
Mark?
333.
Joe?
I've got 325, and in the chat we've got a 315.
Believe it or not, Joe, you're 5 pounds off. 320, my friend. 320.
Yeah, 320. Yeah,
wow.
I had a feeling.
Here's what it is. My height, you could say, I look a little bit lighter than what people think.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, because of the height.
6'8", yeah. So some people have guessed me as low as 250.
No way.
The last time I was even remotely 250 was 20 years ago when I was still doing commercial tire work and throwing freight out of UPS trailers. I was 240 then. 240.
You must have been pretty. That's skinny though. 240. Your height.
Yeah,
I'd
but
imagine.
the thing is, though, Tom, people like to hide behind me. It's because of the work I did between UPS and commercial tire job. I never had to go to a gym. I mean, I'm an imposing figure if you see me face to face. Over the net, it's like you see me standing against the wall or something, but put the commish next to me, he'd look like he's in the Lollipop Guild in Wizard of Oz.
That's a great reference. The Lollipop Guild.
See,
That's the thing. A lot of these cats,
everyone on the MLDC, as far as my concern.
they don't realize how freaking big he is, man. That's the thing. Yeah, I've some of my I've always been the smallest, right? My cousins are all bigger than me. All my cousins that are the same age were all bigger than me. I was always the smallest.
And you're not small.
Right, and I'm not tiny. So it's like, and I've always had friends that are Andrew's height. I had a good friend, Dave, that was 6'9". He played for UNM when I was in New Mexico, way back in the day. He had a knee injury, which took him out. But one of my closest friends was 6'3.5", 6'4". I've always had these friends that are way taller than me, and then my own family is bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? So I've always been the smallest. So I understand. I understand what 6'8" is. You know what I'm saying? I've had.
Well, the funny thing at my new job, it's like, Okay, yeah, I could put that on the top shelf. I don't need no effing ladder.
Right.
Oh, they must
Now,
love you.
while you were stepping out, okay, I observed the little train set or whatever that is on top of the doorway in back of you. And I'm like, see, for Andrew, that's an option. For the rest of us, it's not an option. Because you're like, well, I got to get
Those are not trains up above the doorway there. Those are fire trucks that a friend of mine gave to my mom over the years.
Okay.
Because my dad was very, let's say, involved with the St. Paul Fire Department in his own little way.
Okay.
And let's just say when Dad passed in 08, the department pulled out all the stops, as they say.
Okay. Fair enough.
He literally had St. Paul Fire's honor guard stand over him at the wake. And when Mom got a good call from a retired fire captain that we're still friends with, Mom literally broke down crying on the phone and had bagpiper at the funeral when we were leaving the church. And no, I don't play hoops there, Joe Skull. 325, no. This white boy don't play hoops. Sorry.
and Vegas saying, I know Joe's cousins, and he probably does. He lives in or
But
part
no,
of my family.
325, no. This guy don't get off the floor. I wear a size 15 boot. I don't wear sneakers.
My dad, good God, flip you, Andrew.
Yeah, right. I could
Mom
probably
is
drop,
drinking.
drop
What the hell's going on?
commission over the back fence.
Oh, yes, I am.
So what are you mixing? You
Mixing up stuff with a knife. It's
by
getting
the
serious.
way, this
Well,
is
the
that
best-
Tin
the best
Whiskers
way.
that I opened up.
Oh yeah, let's get to that real quick, Andrew. What are you drinking?
Tin Whiskers Nova Hazy IPA. This is one that's been sitting in the basement for about a year.
Okay, and how is it?
It has a little bit of a kind of a, I want to say kind of a fruity, like a citrusy, taste to it, but it's got a decent finish. It just has a warning on the can.
It looks delicious.
It
looks
is good. And Tin Whiskers was started by some electricians. Hence the name.
Was it really?
Yep. And Tin Whiskers, they've actually got their brewery in downtown St. Paul, and next door to a restaurant that I do once in a while, family run. If you order pancakes there for breakfast, they're gonna be about the size of manhole covers.
Okay. So you get literally a pancake.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
The whole pan, yeah.
But they're more like the size of a frisbee.
Yeah.
And Tom, how's that gin? And is that a gin and tonic?
It is a gin and tonic with half a lemon, half a lime.
Ooh.
With I'm using Tanqueray.
Oh, okay.
Nice and easy. Honestly, if you like gin and tonics, it's like $35-$40. You can make a ton of gin and tonics.
So you're not getting the Costco stuff.
I've never tried the Costco stuff, to be honest with you. I've only tried Hendrick's, Tanqueray, and this one.
Okay, now
different ones.
Okay, while we're on spirits, real quick. Now, any of you guys on YouTube watch the Deal Guy?
Yes.
Short Italian guy.
Yep.
Okay. Now, in his latest Costco video, and he hardly ever does this, he was showing some spirits. He was showing some batch whiskey that I guess comes out with once a year. Have you had this stuff, Mark?
No. Was that on a recent video? I haven't watched them in a few weeks. Okay. So
yes. It might have been his latest Costco video, but it's a
I'll check it out.
very recent video. Some small batch whiskey that they come out with, and he doesn't give me the impression that he's a big drinker.
Yeah,
maybe he is, I don't know, but he doesn't mention alcohol at all too much on any of his videos. So for him to point it out, I was like,
probably pretty good. Yeah,
must be pretty good.
Yeah. No, I'll check that out. We were at Costco. I didn't stop in the liquor section.
Yeah, well, because for you it's a whole different department.
Well,
right?
it's like you come out the door and it's like a separate entrance. It's its own little thing. So
I think for all the stores that have the liquor stores like Costco, and I think it's the state law if you actually kind of dig into it.
Yeah. Each state's different. I mean, Georgia is that distilled spirits have to be in a separate entrance. Have to be a separate facility from beer and wine.
Yeah, because here it is literally on any aisle. It's on the same aisle as Comet, for Christ's sake. It's like, this is the one he showed. This is the one he showed right here.
I haven't had that one. I know I haven't had that one. No. Oh, okay.
What a lot of people don't know is a lot of your products that you buy at Sam's Club and Costco or any other type of club where you need a membership. There is a video I saw on YouTube a couple years ago, right? And the Kirkland batteries sold at Costco, those are made by Duracell.
Yeah.
And then
awesome. We're talking spirits.
It's made by 1792. They're a pretty good brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says the distillery right here is Martin 1792.
Yep, which is a good. I've had that their base bourbon, which is pretty tasty. Yeah.
And so you got 46% alcohol. Composition is 74% corn, 18% rye, 8% barley.
$20
for $20 effing dollars.
Yeah, thereabouts. Yeah.
And if you end up not really liking it, it's like you can always be a mixer, right?
Oh yeah, you can use it as a mixer or put it in barbecue sauce or whatever. Yeah,
whatever. Exactly. That's just it. Like, but for what the odds are though. The odds are it's going to be freaking awesome.
If you like bourbon, you'll probably like that. Yeah.
Right.
I think the most important thing about bourbons and spirits is drinking it in even beer, drinking it in the right glass. Very important. Very important.
Yeah.
Sometimes you drink
that might be worth trying out. I probably won't go until next week, but I'll take a look.
Yeah, so you got this one, and then it shows Kirkland Signature Smash Kentucky. So this was from last
year. Yeah,
that's cheap as shit,
dude. Yeah. And that's the thing that's what makes Kirkland so effing special is generally a lot of their fantastic, like the tequila. That tequila is regularly right around $20. That I like. Now I realize that it's a blend. I realize that. And that's the knock on it from your diehards is that it is a blend. I don't give a flying rip. Right. It is so unbelievable, right, Mark? It is so good.
It's super drinkable, and
nothing else required.
Yeah,
nothing else required type tequila. I don't know if it's a blend or not.
You can mix it, but if you just want to pour it over ice or whatever, you're good. Yeah.
I imagine it's all so cheap because they put in such a large order, right? They have so many,
and they take out one of the distributor links in the chain too, probably. Yeah,
that's stuff.
So many bottles.
I am gonna be matter.
And they know they're gonna be a repeat buyer.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like it's a win. I'd imagine that's a win-win.
Yep.
Is it very loud in the background for me?
A little bit.
A little bit.
Sounds like Delilah's having some fun back there. He's playing hard.
Hey, there's nothing wrong
with the.
No,
kids playing, man.
No, nothing wrong at all.
Shut up back there. No.
Yeah, you know what, man? Let the kids play, man.
Yeah.
Kids, you know. I actually go in my backyard. My backyard backs up to a park for all those that don't know, and I just enjoy hearing kids play. You know, to me, that's
what you should do as a kid. Yeah,
that's community. That's like, if kids are playing, to me, then to me the parents feel safe enough to let their kids play with other kids, and that just says something about your immediate community. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thoroughly enjoy it. I just do. That's just me. But some people, kids playing annoys the hell out of them. Well, not me.
Well, there's 4 kids here playing online, so
yeah,
right. You know, and we're kids playing online here, so
drinking adult beverage.
I am actively looking for this, because if I can find it,
I got the nearest Costco to me is like 40 minutes away, which kind of sucks.
Again, I will have a Costco delivery first thing in the morning.
I'm super jealous by that. I know there's a BJ's next to us, but it's not the same. They don't sell alcohol, and they're not as great as a Costco.
He's just jealous he's not in a Macron and cartoon. That's all I gotta say.
Right? Yeah.
Jay Vega's mind is right now.
Yeah. I think that he's only processed 88 milligrams of that 100 milligrams.
Yeah.
He's still got 12 to go.
Yeah, I am currently looking now. Oh, we have some of the billet stuff. Oh, I freaking love that billet stuff. Ooh, they have a Maker's Mark variety pack.
Ooh, yep.
Ooh,
that's always fun with variety packs.
Templeton Rye. What? A 10-year Indiana?
Ooh, that's a good one. That's supposed to be a good rye.
Oh,
it's another really good rye. I forget the name of it.
They've got some. What's this Alban? Alban 14-year single malt Scotch.
There's so many different types of whiskeys, and it's like sometimes it's hard because you got to talk to someone that really knows what they're talking about. Sometimes.
Exactly.
Yeah. So many.
I definitely don't. I don't. Oh, here's the one you have, Tom. I just passed it.
The Bombay.
Yeah, it's jumping around a little bit on me.
Now is that mixed? Or
wow, Mark! That Añejo went up to 37.09.
Ooh, the word's out
on your screen, but $37.
No, I'm not showing my screen
because from $20. Wow, it went from 20. Was it 20 or 21 bucks to $37?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
They must have had a huge price increase, because that's one thing Costco does. They don't mark up more than 15%.
Yeah, right, exactly.
So that means that means that they had a huge price increase on the producer side.
Yeah. Maybe a lot of people are calling for it. Maybe people want it.
Yeah.
Everything's just going up. I mean, that's just the way it.
Yeah. They could have had a bad harvest, or that type of thing.
That's true. Right? Maybe a fire or something, or yeah. That's the crazy part about it. Like the way they store all these bourbons and all these spirits, like that. When you have a fire, an outbreak of a fire, that's a lot of product going right down the drain.
There was that 5 or 6 years ago, they had a fire at one of the was it Heaven Hill distilleries in Kentucky, and they lost like 2 or 3 of their storage barns. And if you've never, I mean, it's just huge. It's like a huge. Think of a chicken coop that's like 100 feet wide and 400 feet long and 30 feet high, and they just got like 4 or 5 racks of barrels stacked top to bottom all the way down. Yeah, pretty cool.
I forget what this distillery it was. It was a big brand like that, but they actually they branded some of the bottles that were actually the barrels that were kept that didn't burn, and branded it as branded it as like the bottles that survived, and sold it for way more.
Yep. Oh yeah, they took
I
on a.
love this bottle. Look at this bottle.
Angel's Envy.
Ooh.
Cool is that bottle?
Mhm. Has a neat shape.
Never gone in. I think I've
If it was in
tried.
a normal bottle, that'd be $30.
Yeah, I mean, right now
Exactly.
for the price of that añejo, this is right there now. All of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? So if I'm going down there to buy 2 bottles of the Costco añejo, which is typically what I do, I usually would buy 2 bottles because I'm going to make it worth my while if I'm going down there. But at $37, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
Well, did you see the back of that bottle you just showed, Joe? Oh, now it won't do it. So
Yeah,
it looked like it was a certain number of a certain, like they only made so many right there.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
So maybe they're doing that to your tequila. I hope not. But if they're doing that, that's the reason for the price
It's a
change.
limited edition.
Yes.
yeah. That I tell you, I'm not showing on purpose because they show my whole full address.
Oh, sorry
Yeah.
about that.
That's why I'm not sharing the screen while I'm scrolling through different spirits because they're one of those websites that shows your whole damn address. But at least the Kirkland Canadian whiskey, which is one that I like to get when I'm there, is still $20, at least for me.
Yeah, that's a good. It's like comparable to Canadian Club, probably.
Very, very comparable.
Yeah. So it's a perfect mixing whiskey. Yeah. You could sip it. You could sip it, but it's more mixing than just drinking straight.
If you're into rum, the Kirkland Signature Spiced Rum, $15.69 for a 175.
Captain Jack, yeah, whatever that is, it's almost the same.
It's almost the same. You cannot beat it. It is.
It's good. Solid stuff.
That's great for like if you have a party, make a big punch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
already.
this is highly disappointing for me, man. I wish I could. This is disappointing. $37.09, man.
It's almost doubled in price in 2 years.
Almost exactly right, Mark. And we didn't buy this not too long ago, man.
No, I think it was probably 22. It's been over a year. Yeah, it was probably late 2021 when I got that. Maybe fall of 2021.
Well, that's the 1 liter. Did you buy the 1 liter or the 750?
That's all they have.
They sell just 1 liter bottles. Yeah.
The añejo. Now there are other tequilas they do sell it in bigger quantities. The añejo, the aged one, is
the 1 liter bottle. And I think it was maybe 22 or 23 bucks, and now it's 37. Yeah. Hey, there we go.
Oh, there she is. There she is. How you doing?
Oh, you definitely went poopy. She went poopy. The second
like,
she's
I can tell you what's going right now.
Pretty hair, Lorella. I like your hair.
Hi.
Dude, she has such nice hair. Oh my goodness, she really does. It's a pain in the butt to comb out, but once it's combed out, ooh, it looks nice. It looks real nice.
Hi, sweetheart. How you doing?
We got Joe, we got Mark, we got Coach. Hi guys.
Hi. How you doing?
She's
Ready for bed?
it's like I'm out of here.
Yeah. I don't
believe to change your dopey.
blame you. We're a bunch of eyes on here. Yeah.
There she goes.
Yeah. Whatever she's saying is a much more interesting conversation. The Kirkland cognac is pretty good as well if you like cognac.
I never understood cognac, to be honest. What is cognac's made of grapes, right?
Yes.
It's almost like
cognac,
distilled champagne.
Yeah, it's interesting because the cognac. When I was in Germany, cognac also was a big thing in Germany. A lot of Germans drink, at least when I was there, drank cognac. At the time, that as a black man, that was cognac was a thing, right?
Yeah.
If you were black, you were supposed to drink cognac. So I drank a lot of effing cognac. When I went to Germany, and there was a lot of schnapps and cognac. A lot of homemade schnapps and a lot of homemade cognac. I liked it. I've always liked it. I don't buy a lot of cognac, but I've always liked it. Yeah.
Is it you drink? I mean, I know you can drink cognac straight, but is that what they usually do?
Yeah.
Straight?
Like after dinner, like an after dinner drink or something like that.
It just always seemed kind of rough to me. The flavors are kind of like sharp to me. It was just maybe a little too
Can
rough.
be.
Again, it depends on the brand and all that, you know.
Yeah, but cognac, it's like whiskey, cognac with a cigarette or a cigar or pipe or something
Yes.
like that.
Oh, awesome pairing. Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome pairing.
Or an edible. Just have cognac and an edible and you're good.
Or an edible.
A couple 100 milligrams and you're ready to
A
go.
couple 100 milligrams, a couple shots of cognac. Yeah, you're check back next week.
You know what? You know what? I don't know that I see. I am not seeing I'm trying to find a Costco gin. I don't know that I'm finding one, Mark.
Gin is actually probably the cheapest
Tennessee.
cheapest spirit other than vodka.
Yeah.
Maybe Kirkland don't make a gin. Kirkland
Maybe they don't. I don't know. I haven't seen gin. Or do they? They have it?
Here's one. Yeah.
They-
Kirkland London dry gin. Yep.
Okay. So it's going to be like...
Here it is. I'll show you. Here it is.
1.75 liters for $20.
That's you know how many drinks you can do. You go to like a bar or something like that. It's like $8 a drink. You can make like 30 drinks, 40 drinks out of that.
And probably the gin you're using for that $8 drink isn't as good as that.
Yeah, if you don't ask, they just put the
it's just put
random one. That's insane.
Well, what do they call it? The well gin. Just the basic bottom shelf stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. See, they've got all the other tequilas in here. Maker's Mark bourbons. Man, I'm not showing that small batch stuff at my Costco. I'm gonna switch Costco's here.
Yeah, Joe is bummed out for that anejo. I can tell.
Yeah, that's a pretty significant price increase.
Yeah,
it's right, Mark. It is.
There's got to be a reason, though. There's got to be a specific reason.
Right.
Yeah.
It's either supply and demand, or just prices just went up, right?
Whoever they were using to distill it, had a.
Oh, maybe it changed distilleries or something like that.
Now, my sister is she's actually in Mexico right now, and she's going to tequila. So she has promised to get me a good bottle of añejo while she's there.
She could probably find some homemade tequila out there if you ask.
Oh, are you kidding? So yeah, I am definitely looking forward to whatever she comes up with. Even if it's mezcal, I don't mind.
Yeah.
I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what she comes up with.
Now, have you ever had the worm at the bottom of the bottle of tequila?
The first worm I had is when I was 16.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah.
I never have.
Did you go?
I did, because I was told to. I was told that's where all the buzz was, or whatever in the hell they said. So I was all right. And who knows? Who knows? By that point, honestly, who knows?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's like eating a Cheez-It with your tequila. I mean, that's basically, I got. Yeah.
That was one of those days when
Cheetos, little Cheetos.
We went out to the ports and snuck on some yacht and had a big party.
You snuck into a yacht party?
Yeah, we used to.
Sounds like a good time.
We were,
Sounds like 16.
Yeah, man, we used to do something.
When you're that age, you're ballsy. You just don't care.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. No consequence.
No, right? And you know, as long as you could run fast, man, and we typically could run faster than the cops that are chasing us. So,
Yeah, they'd be willing to chase you. Like, they're gone. We're going off. Yeah, they don't want to chase you down too far.
you know, nowadays they just send a drone after your ass and catch up to you later.
Yeah, they,
Toast. I feel bad for these kids nowadays.
I feel bad for her with this AI stuff.
Yeah, that
Jesus.
too. That's funny.
I feel bad.
So,
What the hell that bring you into?
Coach, we never did get into what you were drinking, my friend. I'm sorry.
I'm drinking some tequila from Costco. I'm just joking.
Right. Yeah.
No, we talked in the pre-show. So I grabbed this stuff called rice lager. I don't know if you can see it or not, but
Who's the brewery?
it's based on the picture. It's Brokeback Mountain.
Brokeback Mountain Lager.
Seriously? Oh, get out of
No,
here.
it's Western Collective.
Okay.
But
Huh.
How is it?
so it's a lot better than I thought. I thought I was going to hate this. But it is out of Idaho, which is kind of funny. I didn't think they'd brew something so out there, but it's in Boise. It's Garden City. But yeah, it's a little bit different. It's not bad.
Is it kind of crisp? Is it?
Yeah, it's easy drinking. It looks to me
it's
that looks
nice.
like a hazy IPA. It's nothing like that.
Yeah,
It's easy
it looks
drinking.
like a hazy session IPA or something. Yeah.
Anything rice is going to be kind of sweet and
Yeah.
super easy drinking.
Yeah.
I mean, super sessionable.
It
And it's
honestly,
probably low ABV, actually. It's probably like a 5 or 5.5 at best.
4.5. Yep.
Yeah.
They're super sessionable beers. That's why they're using rice.
Yeah.
it honestly just looks like rice put in water,
Yeah.
right? You let the rice sit in water for a
Yeah,
little.
so they use the rice. The rice is the sugar instead of the malt. Instead of the
Yeah.
barley.
One question we never ask with beers that are made with rice is what kind of rice.
Yeah,
And I
'Cause
wonder
some
how
put off
much
different
that
sugars.
matters. Because as you know from eating rice,
Yeah, yeah.
it matters.
yeah.
Different grains and stuff. Yeah, different sweet and yeah.
And
does-
that we literally never ask. Just like all the other ingredients, we always ask, well, what kind of coffee? What kind of vanilla? What kind of this? Where, but we never ask that of rice.
Mhm.
Why?
And I wonder if grains are cheaper than rice, because rice is not cheap.
Well,
it
rice
needs-
is a grain.
Yeah.
That's true. That is true. That's true. But like a malt, I mean, is it cheaper than malt?
I don't know. I can
You
borrow.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would imagine this depending on the market.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, that's where they got a lot of
The
the
rice
rice
is
lagers are from Japan and China.
that's what I was-
because that's their primary. That's their
Yes.
grain. That's
Yeah.
their starch is rice.
And
So-
they'll eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So
But we're talking a brewery that's local to Idaho. We actually make a lot of rice in this country.
Oh,
as
we
well.
do. Yeah, we do. We do.
So I would-
California, Texas.
But especially up there.
Yeah.
Idaho has its own rice. And so does Iowa, for Christ's sake, right? Doesn't Iowa make the most rice in this country? Isn't it?
No. They might do wild rice, which is not the same as white rice. Yeah,
Who makes the most? I'm looking it up.
I bet it's California or Texas is the biggest rice producer.
There's probably a state you don't even. It
I
probably
bet
don't
you
even
it's Florida.
Wyoming
Yeah.
or something.
I think it needs to be a little warmer, but not, yeah.
Ooh, how many times?
Arkansas.
Nation's leading rice producer.
I
Wow.
never guessed that.
I
Wow.
would, you know what? Out of 50 guesses, that would have been 50.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
See, California and Texas are in there, and Louisiana, you would think. Yeah.
40 out
Wow.
of 75 counties. Holy crap!
So, yeah, rice is.
That's a lot.
Rice. Arkansas.
People surviving off freaking rice out there.
Huh.
Wow.
If
That's
you
cool.
told me that, Joe, without looking it up, I would have said no. That's not a fact. There's no way.
Ranks of states. California is second.
Kansas and Missouri, Nemo says. Arkansas and Missouri are the two biggest rice
The
producers.
second. California is second.
Okay. Texas and Louisiana are there too, I'm sure.
So
yeah.
it goes Arkansas, California, Louisiana, Missouri, Texas, and then Mississippi.
Arkansas. Okay, you know what? Okay.
But Arkansas got 47.5% of it. Holy crap.
That's a lot of rice.
Arkansas. Okay. This is messing with my head, bro.
Are you mind blown?
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
Now is
For Budweiser. Yeah.
Oh.
That's where all the rice is going. It's all going to Budweiser.
Oh, probably right, to be honest with you.
And Missouri.
Oh.
Missouri too. Yeah.
okay. Now we all know, and I think it's pretty much common knowledge. At least I know it. As Arkansas is the largest chicken producer, what goes best with chicken is rice.
Chicken and rice.
They live in the dream. If you like chicken and rice, you're in the right
I
spot.
would have never. I thought it was Iowa. I thought like it was somewhere other.
Wow.
I'd have never had that, bro. Never.
Well, they're in a pretty good spot. They're pretty.
I mean, the Ozark Mountains, for F's sake.
They're next to Texas.
The Ozark Mountains.
Yeah. There must be something. The water or the soil or something must make it.
Something.
Yeah.
You don't picture mountains because it's a lot of hills, man. A lot of mountains in Arkansas. I don't know if you've ever been to Arkansas.
Well, I don't know about that. Like hills, maybe not mountains.
Oh yeah, the Ozark Mountains, bro. The Ozarks.
Is that just a little range or a big range?
Oh,
or what
no,
is
are you kidding me? Ozark Mountains. No, I've driven Arkansas. Are you kidding me?
Is it bigger than the Rockies where we're up here?
No, not by a long shot. No.
Okay.
But it's definitely that's why I called it hills. But it's definitely up and down. I don't know jack about rice, obviously.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. We don't know the climate it needs. Obviously it needs Arkansas. That's for damn sure. Or just a lot of people out there that like to grow rice.
So do you guys think we export rice?
I think it's a possibility, absolutely, because of the so many different grains of rice.
Yeah.
Right. And China is obviously, from Googling, is as you might have seen here, obviously leaps and bounds makes more rice than anybody, but they only make certain kinds of rice. It's the same thing as India. Like India produces a crap ton of rice as well. They have a large population that eats a lot of rice, but they're making a certain kind of rice, basmati and all that other very fragrant. Don't they make basmati and jasmine or something? Or...
Yeah, I think so. From my side, it's saying China, India, and Indonesia are the top 3 countries.
China and what?
India and Indonesia.
Oh.
Top 3.
Indonesia.
Isn't Indonesia an island? No, maybe I'm wrong.
No, I don't think so. I think it's in the continent of Asia.
It's like an island, like Australia, kind of. Not. It's like yeah, isn't it like a little?
Like
strip? An island.
Okay, here's your exporters. Here's the export. For some reason, it showed up.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Coach. You're not crazy.
Is it or not?
It is an island. It's an island.
Okay.
Well,
China exports the number 1 exporter, but United States is right behind it.
Look who's in the chat.
And Cambodia is 16.
Oh, look who is in the chat, to be honest. Holy shit.
Well. Hey, team. We got your favorite boy in here. We've been holding on to him. Let me post an invitation.
Oh.
Let me post a link in here and let me go get a beer. I'll be back.
This is like when Mark's usually gone, but he is gone, but he will come back. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Joe's going to send a link and leave me hanging. All right, Joe. Thanks. All right.
Now I'll be back.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, Indonesia is right above. It looks like I didn't know it was right above Australia.
I'm thinking of Madagascar, so maybe I was wrong.
No, but Indonesia is an island, though.
Okay, well, because I said like Australia. Australia's obviously not an island. It's its own
It's not
continent, but Australia really is just out there in the middle of the ocean. You know what I mean? By
Yeah,
itself.
I don't know what they call that. I don't know what they call Australia. What is that?
It's a
Like
continent.
It's a continent, but you're like a big island though. Like you're huge.
Mark,
You're a continent,
Australia is
but
a continent, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
they
know.
consider it a continent. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, but
I
what
don't
do
know
they
how
call?
big it is compared to like the United States. I think it would fill in a lot of the United States. I mean, it's the 48.
The 48. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. The United States is actually huge. The United States
Oh,
would
yeah,
fill
yeah.
all of Europe, most of Europe.
Oh yeah. Let's see.
I'm actually curious that. What's the square footage?
Square footage of what?
Okay. How big is Australia compared to the U.S.?
Probably like pretty close.
Oh no, that's
They're the United States, 9,833,000 square kilometers, and Australia is 7,740,000.
oh, so it's still pretty
So
big.
78% of the United States.
But are you talking about the lower 48? Because if you take out
Oh,
Alaska and Hawaii, then it's
Yeah.
comparable.
let's see.
Alaska's
We've
huge.
got a map.
Alaska's probably bigger than all of Australia.
Yeah. Australia pretty much covers the lower 48 when you take out Alaska and Hawaii. But yeah, it would almost fill up the lower 48. So
I
it's
did not
pretty
know
good
it was-
size.
I didn't know
Yeah.
it was that big.
Yeah, it's a big.
No wonder it's a freaking continent. Holy crap!
Mhm.
Jody, you missed it, man. Team jumped in and he didn't see you, so he left.
Yeah, he said F this guy.
Yeah, he was pissed. He's pissed at you.
Oh, really? Okay.
He told your Dodgers to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now I know it's BS. Yeah. Yeah, because he's a huge baseball fan. Yeah. I get that. Yeah. No, when I hear team, I think, team player, baseball. Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
And I was prepared for this conversation because I knew it would be a Jim Dandy of a conversation.
Hey, my man.
Mark,
My man.
see what I did there? You see
My
what I
man.
did there? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was,
The babushka.
yeah.
There you
So,
go.
the babushka, I needed something good to get that freaking other beer out of my palate.
Oh, was that a drain pour? Was it a drain pour?
No.
Yeah, it's pretty much going
Yeah.
down the screen as we speak.
Well, the MLTC
Not
will love that.
This freaking beer is good.
So your buddy John was the one that turned me on to that. I went and bought it before I took it down there. He went back to buy more, and it was sold out. It sold out pretty quick. So
I bet it is.
that's good
There-
stuff.
They're selling a quad right now, a Belgian quad at
Ooh.
Ooh,
I need to go. I'm lucky that they're still posting pictures of it. I don't think people realize what a good quad is and how good Tombstone brews their beers. But I'm dying to get my hands on a 4-pack of that quad. But yeah, look at this beer. If you could see what I'm seeing, if it wasn't for the darn light, the creaminess of the head on this beer, it is so well done. Honestly, it is. And thank you, Coach, for bringing this to me. But you've got your black coffee, dark fruit, chocolate, toffee, and raisin. And they blended all those just well. The raisin goes really well with all these flavors in here, man. That really sweetens it up. And team says he's still here. So hey, brother, click that link and let's do this.
And he's
Yeah,
saying
he
Coach-
says,
yeah.
Coach, he still apologize to me.
Oh
He
man,
is right. I do need to apologize. If in fact that is team.
You got the
we
peanut
can't-
butter?
I don't know if that's. He doesn't have a blue check, so I don't know if that's team.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. But that's usually his logo and stuff when he gets on here. That's usually his. So there, the link is out there, my friend. And you know darn well, if you jump in here, we give you the floor. I will introduce you, and we'll stand back and watch. That's how it works.
It's like we're in 8th grade again. Fight, a fight, a fight. A Mexican and a white.
Exactly. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And both of them are fat and oiled up and ready to go. So yeah, we'll definitely watch that. They're all
greased up.
both greased up.
Wait. Where are you? Oh, I'm gonna hold back. I am so gonna hold back.
Yes, you know, save it.
It's apology time. It's
Yeah, you get into apology.
time. Yeah.
Get into apology mode now. Get ready to take some verbal stabbing.
This is a good one too.
Verbally
This
murder.
is a good one. Who's oiled up and fat and ready to go? Me and Team, or Team and someone else? I'm not gonna name. I'm just gonna leave it there.
Okay. See,
Apology time.
So now just get ready because he's gonna get on here and verbally shotgun you to death. Right?
I understand.
Son of a, you know, you have to, you know, you're going to be launched downrange here. So get ready, you know, strap on your virtual bulletproof vest.
I understand what could potentially happen. I understand. I completely understand.
Come on, team. We didn't have a malt liquor report today. Come on, the MLDC loves you. Come on.
Oh,
boy.
now Nemo's giving me inside information. Now I do know that there's a new Goldwater in Tempe, which is actually even closer to me than any of the other Goldwaters. And I will be visiting that one soon. Really soon. Yeah, I am very aware. Yeah, that's awesome. Because I love Goldwater as well. But you know what? I have to admit, Nemo might or might not be familiar with the soulless ginger asshole, also known as Pat, who was in North Phoenix. And he, like, I wasn't a big fan of, oh my God, who's that other brewery? Doggone it. But anyway, he was the one telling me, oh man, Goldwater slipped a little bit and some of their beers aren't really that great. And damn, they haven't really made anything knocking me out of the park yet.
You want to know the problem too, Joe? Once these breweries start expanding, they make different breweries there, the quality goes down. I've seen it happen so many times. It's sad.
Yeah, because the original brewery is like the guy or the person that did it, and you can't find the exact same level of brewer.
That's what happened to Trillium.
I would love to go tomorrow, but I've got something going on. Honestly, I do have something going on, and it's at my house, so I can't necessarily get out of it. But yeah, I would love to go. I was making sausage today, so I didn't have a chance to get out today.
They look good though. Those look good.
Bro,
that grease and stuff. Ooh.
So for all those that don't know, I do barbecue a lot. So, and that includes everything. I grind my own meat. I make my own sausage. I'm getting into everything these days. I even look forward to making my own bologna. My bologna has a first name. But I do look forward to even making my own bologna one of these days. I've been really getting into all that stuff. So I have pre-ground pork shoulder, pork. You know, I have pre-ground pork, pre-ground brisket, and I have chorizo ready to go. So I was like, well, why not take some of that? And it's time to make some more sausage. So I already have, you know, pig intestines ready to go. I have casings ready to go. So, of course, took those out, prepped those. Again, I already have everything ground, the meat. So it's just a matter of, you know, putting everything in a bowl, super, super cold. If you ever make sausage, everything needs to be so cold it would make your hands numb, honestly. So when I mix it, I honestly put on my thermal glove, the same setup I would use to handle meat if it's coming off the smoker.
Why cold? Because it's a mushy mess if it's warm.
Cold because of the fat. Yes, you don't want the fat in. And
Saturated fat.
for some reason, whatever happens to the molecules in the protein, you need it cold. The more it gets handled, the quicker it warms up, the more it makes that fat just melt. And
Yeah.
and honestly, the texture is affected if it's not super cold. You can tell the difference, honestly, Tom.
It doesn't break down, right? Right.
Everything else will look the same.
Yeah.
It will look in everything will be identical. It'll be like, what's the big deal? There's no difference.
Yeah.
But if you made some and then tasted it, you'd be like, there's that little bit of something that you can't quite put your finger on, and it's temperature.
Yeah.
And that's why temperature is so important when we brew these.
Mm.
Right? That's why the better breweries pay so much attention to the details, and it's those details, those little somethings that make one thing better than the other when it comes to craft food or craft beer, right? Anything we consume.
We got an edible update from Jay Vega. The malt helps. I can almost feel my fingers again. By my estimation, you've processed about 90 milligrams of the 100. Another 10,
Okay,
you'll be good, buddy.
Here's another link. This is your last shot.
Mark's an expert.
Let's go, team.
Don't ask me how I
I don't
know.
know if that's him or not. I don't think that's him.
No, that's him.
I think it is him.
Yeah, that's him.
He usually
So,
has
you know,
blue.
we're gonna so in any case though, super cold, okay? So take and mix it up real good. It needs to be nice and tacky. So you need to be able to, to mix it, not too much though, but it's that perfect little mixture of not too much, and you want it tacky to your hand where you couldn't even take it off of your gloved hand, right? Because you're gonna wear gloves more than likely. I mean, you can do it barehanded, but it's a mess to clean that off your fingers. Anyway, and then I will case it, But what I'll do after I mix it, I stick it in my stuffer, and then I put I put my stuffer in the freezer for at least a half hour to make sure that is good and cold. The whole thing. I want it nice and cold. You want the fat to not be too runny, right? That will affect.
Before you stuff your meat, you want to make sure it's cold.
You want to make sure it's ice cold, baby. Yeah.
Because if it's runny, it goes it falls to the bottom, right? If it's cold, it's not distribute. If it's not cold, it doesn't distribute.
It liquefies almost.
It's just right. Yeah, it's just not quite right. There's something that, and you'll know it. It'll smear instead of like, I don't know. It's just way the F different. You want it super, super cold. And then, I stuff, the casings and stuff. And then I let those dry in the refrigerator overnight. And of course I've got my curing. If you're gonna warm them up less than 200 degrees, 200 degrees is that fine line. If you're gonna use 200 degrees or above, then you don't need curing salt. I go lower than that. That's the danger zone. So you definitely want to use curing salt. Okay. And since it is a salt, you don't want to go too heavy on your salt. So you want to know how much salt you're going to go. You don't want your sauces to be more than 2%. And for safety's sake, I go safety, meaning I don't want it to be over salty. So I go purposely half a percentage lower than that. So I go 1.5% lower on my salt. And so I know I don't want 1.5%. I know I want 1.5% salt to my total mixture of meat ratio.
So this total weight.
Yeah.
Total weight, and you take 1.5% of that, and then you mix it in. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
But out of that 1.5%, I take 0.25% of that, and that is my curing salt.
Yeah, you don't need a lot. You got to be really careful with the curing salt because too much can kill you, literally. And too little, if you don't use it, doesn't kill the bacteria. So,
right.
Yeah.
So I try to keep it at that 0.25%. And then that is, for me, the nice mixture. right?
Vega doesn't doubt that you stuff casings, Joe.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're playing a very dangerous game with your meat there, Joe.
Hey, there's a very delicate balance with your meat. When you know what you're doing, we'll tell you.
Like
Right.
meat roulette.
You can tell he's a professional with his meat.
That's right. You got
This
to know
much
how to.
is a death zone. Death zone. This much, same thing. So you got to be. Yeah.
There's a fine line between death and pleasure. That's for damn sure.
Mm.
Yeah. So in any case, and I give a real nice slow cold smoke. Some people like to go even lower than I go. I go at the 150. I stay at 150 for at least the first 4 hours. And some people go even lower than that. They'll go like literally, they don't even want to go above 99 degrees. They'll go right at degrees because they want to get maximum smoke into there. It just depends. All that part is all personal. But once I stuff them, I like now all these things vary a little bit, right? Some people after they mix it, they'll put the mixture in the darn refrigerator and let that sit like that overnight and let it cure like that and then stuff it. For me, it makes more sense to me to just stuff it and let it not only cure but let the skins dry overnight. So I'm doing two things at one time.
Yeah.
Because you definitely want to let your casings dry overnight, because that gets that nice crispness of the casing when you bite into it or you crack it open, right? You want that nice crunch, that nice crisp, right?
It kind of lets the mixture be home where it's going to be anyways, right?
Yeah.
Let it cure it. Let it cure into home casing.
Yeah, that's the way I figure. So that's the way I've been doing it. I've evolved into that, So I let it dry overnight, cure overnight, and then I prep my smoker and let that get to its set temperature, and put them in and let them do the magic.
He's right on that one. You're right, Vega. That's why 150, 160 is probably about as low as you want to go. You got to be really careful going lower than that.
Yeah, some bacteria stats.
Right, and that's the reason for the curing salt stuff like that. So some people like, it really just depends, right?
Yeah, I don't know. When I make bacon, I use curing salt. I do a brine, and then cure the
bacon's a common.
The few sites I used is like, if you want to do cold smoke, you really need to have a much more sophisticated process.
Right.
And actually inject the meat with it rather than soak it in it. So that might, I don't know how that works with sausage, but
people that once you get into the businesses that do smoke, do a lot of bacon and do a lot of that kind of smoking, those smokers, they can program. So if you're just as disciplined and on it, then you could do the same thing, but just manually, right? Yeah. So they'll cold smoke at 100 degrees to get maximum smoke into there for an hour, 2 hours. And then they'll bump it up to where I'm usually at 150 for the remainder or whatever, right? As long as you get, you could cold smoke at whatever.
She's saying good night.
Good night.
Good night, Delilah.
Good night.
Good night.
You got her shoe. She's ready to go. Say bye. Good night.
Night.
When you see me take it off the smoker and put it in the ice bath, that's when I've gotten it to 155. I will always get my sausage to 155. So however you get there, if you're going to have it, it's 2 hours. That's a 2 hour range. You need the curing salt. If you're going to go below 200 degrees for 2 hours, more than 2 hours, you need that curing salt, right? Because once you start smoking, that's adding to that cure, to that preservative, right? So some people, cheese typically is smoked lower, right around 100 degrees for cold smoking. But some people will do meats at 100 degrees. I do mine at 150, and I'll do them at 150 for 4 hours. Like I say, they're still not going to be 150 degrees. They're just not.
Yeah.
And then that last hour, I bump it up to 275, and then let it get up to that 155 internal.
See what Jay Vega said?
Yeah.
Good to get a paper. No, actually, you got to really be careful. You want to make sure you cook it long enough, or you get what is it, botulism? That's the nasty stuff. You do not want botulism.
Ooh, what is botulism?
Just a nasty bacteria that can kill you, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't want to kill your guests. That's not a good. That's not good.
I follow the same principles as Leroy and Lewis. Have you ever heard of Leroy and Lewis barbecue?
No, but
they're constantly in the top 10 barbecue in Texas, on the Texas monthly top 50. And I follow their exact procedure because I love the way they do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think if you're doing an hour at 100 and then you're doing more at 150, you're probably good. The scary part is where you do hours and hours just at like 100 or whatever.
No. You don't want to do that. But
Yeah.
But you can start there. You know, it's that 2 hour mark, right? Like you don't want to be there. There's that fine line right there. There's a lot of fine lines, right? And it just
why not case it, don't cure it, and just cook it to temp?
You could. You absolutely could. You could do
that's
everything,
safe, right? Isn't that safe?
Yes. You could do everything in the same day. Absolutely. But if you don't put curing salt, you need to be above 200 degrees.
And for beginners, that's probably the safe bet.
Sure. Why not?
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. That's it. It really depends. It really does. It just like any cooking, right? Like it really depends on you, right? Like it used to be pork used to require a higher temperature. Now they know that it doesn't.
Yeah.
Pork is produced a lot safer.
They don't feed pork garbage. They used to be able to feed pigs garbage. That's why they wanted you to cook it, because you have to cook it over 165 to kill the botulism, basically. Yeah. So yeah, now you should be eating your pork medium. I mean, it's just like a steak almost. Yeah.
No.
Right. Yes.
It should be pink in the middle. Pork should be pink in the middle.
Honestly. Yes.
Oh yeah, you eat a good pork chop.
You can't eat it. You can't eat chicken.
You can, yeah. If you're eating like commercially produced pork, you can cook it the meat. You probably wouldn't want it bloody, but you want medium to medium well and get a little bit of pink in the middle. Oh, it's so much better.
I've never heard this information in my life.
Yeah. And that's what we're talking about. Like the more you get into barbecue, the more you'll start hearing some of these things.
But if you don't, if chicken and pork don't go past a certain temperature, it tends to carry certain bacteria that need to be killed.
Yeah, chicken has salmonella, and that has to be 165. Pork used to carry botulism because they used to feed pork garbage, but they don't feed pork garbage anymore, so it doesn't have botulism. So you can cook it to 140 or 150 instead of 165 or 180. Oh yeah, get yourself you ain't lived unless you got yourself a nice 1.5 inch thick pork chop and cook it to medium. Oh, so good.
Yeah, because nowadays you'll dry that pork out.
See, Gloria knows what's hip.
Yeah, that's my sister.
Yeah, pork in the middle. Yep.
You guys, this is news to me. I don't know how long this has been a thing, but that's news to me.
It's fairly recent. It is. Meaning the last, I don't know, 5 years.
Oh,
5 years.
No, chicken well done. I agree, Vega, 100%. Pork doesn't have to be. You can cook it that way if you want, but you don't have to do well done pork. You can do medium well, and be perfectly fine.
And again, It really depends. There, you know, it's gosh, uh, such a personal thing, right? You know, but all I know is that the sauces I made today was some of the best I've ever made. And what I like to do is now let me take you back a little bit. It's obviously we're not getting team in here, so that's just not going to happen.
It's not team. That's why I could tell.
Fake team.
But,
It's not team.
In any case, you know, back in the day when I was a child, I grew up with a lot of AM radio. I loved AM talk radio, right? And the real good ones, the real good talk radio hosts would draw a picture. They would paint a picture and let your mind, they would paint a picture to a certain point and let your mind do the rest of the work, right? And with that in mind, like you get your Paul Harveys and that sort of thing, and they just they're really good at drawing these, you know, painting these pictures with their descriptions and letting your mind fill in all the blanks. I feel like I could do a similar thing with food, right? So I made that sausage today with ground pork shoulder, ground beef choice brisket, and chorizo, right? So the minute I tell you there's chorizo in there, you think, okay, chorizo might be a little grease. There's going to be, you know, some reddish kind of grease. You would expect that. There's certain things you expect, just like with beer, right? The minute you read off the ingredients, you expect coffee, you expect this, you expect that. And beer is an excellent reference, right? A lot of times, matter of fact, the majority of the time nowadays, you get mango, but there's not a single mango ever squeezed in there. Right? There's absolutely no fruit in there. It's all plants, right? The same thing I try to do with food. The heat that you got off of this sausage was all from black pepper, and it's because of the quality of the black pepper that I use. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a pepper forward, and everybody needs to have, well, I guess not need, but everybody, I feel the need to have a particular profile, right? I get that from my photography. I have my photography's in the background right now. I have a particular style of photography, right?
Joe made sausage with sausage.
See, that's a true skill, right? That's a true skill.
The problem with the food in the stores, Joe, as everyone knows, is the verbiage on the label.
Right.
It doesn't match what's in the damn package.
Right.
And that's the problem.
Right. So, and it's so I like to, you know, I have the ingredients in there. You know what I'm saying? Like the chorizo. The chorizo was in there. It was a small amount though. It was a pound compared to, so it was a 3-to-1 ratio, right? But I am a pepper forward cook, right? If you're going to have my barbecue, you just know that if you don't like pepper, you're probably not going to like my barbecue, right? I am a pepper forward guy. I happen to like the Central Texas style barbecue, and that's going to be my style of barbecue. I like pepper, and the type of pepper I am using and the amount of pepper I am using has a lot of heat. I use enough pepper where it actually is heat. It's a pepper. So when you get the heat, you know mentally there's chorizo in there. So I'm kind of messing with your head a little bit and letting your head draw the conclusion that, oh yeah, there's chorizo in here. So of course it's hot. But it's really pepper making that heat. Black pepper.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I do. Chorizo is kind of hot, but it's more of a greasy, it's more of a texture greasy thing. Like chorizo has a distinct taste, versus pork and beef. So,
Well, and I'll stop you there because the chorizo that we're used to getting in the supermarket is completely different
right.
than fresh chorizo.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that from making it and buying good homemade chorizo as well, right? Because you have to add oils or some sort of liquid to it to cook it, right? Because it doesn't. But the ones we buy in the store damn near melt. They turn into fat.
Yours is more lean, probably, right?
Yes.
It's got to be more
Absolutely.
lean.
Absolutely. But the funny thing about it is when I mix it, it's 70-30. There's 30% fat in mine.
Mm-hmm.
And I weigh it all out. I promise you. I separate my meat from the fat and I weigh it all out. I know exactly the percentage that it is. So and I love knowing that information. I love knowing that I can talk to you and tell you what's in the food. I can tell you what's in the food. I can tell you how it was prepared. You know what I'm saying? And adding that smoke to it adds that extra little layer of flavor. This takes it over the top. And then when you cut into it, and you can hear the skin nice and crispy. The casing's crisp. And the juices just pour out of there because now that 30% fat rendered nice and slow. And then I do put a nice, not quite 2%. It's somewhere between 1% and 2% liquid. And for my liquid, I use ice. Ice helps keep, again, getting back to the cold. While I'm grinding it, ice helps keep everything cold as I'm grinding because your grinder will get hot. So you need to keep that cold so the fat gets ground correctly. I'm sorry.
Hey, Joe, do you want me to let you in on a little secret?
Okay. What's the secret?
You don't see it, but I know what you're going to do in retirement, my friend.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
If you can't see that by now, I can tell you what you're going to be doing in retirement. You're going to open a little shop, hole in the wall place.
Yeah.
And just sell some bomb ass food out of there. Guaranteed.
That would be a lot of work.
No, what you're doing is a lot of work. This is just one extra step. Buying a building with the food handler's card. There you go.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something I've definitely thought about.
I'm telling you.
And I would need to be retired to do it. I definitely looked at people like Leroy and Lewis. I'm so thankful for social media. That's one part of social media that I do love is other people that have started businesses and they're putting out all this information for nothing, right, Mark?
Mm-hmm.
And they're just putting all this information that you would pay hundreds of dollars for in the past out there for literally nothing for you to learn from. They put their mistakes out there. Thank you, Jesus, for them doing that. And you can just learn from that so much. So I've seen now virtually, right, some of these other people and some of their mistakes, and I'm like, well, if I did do it, I would do it similar to this person or that person where I might, if I did do something, I might do it on a Saturday for 6 hours till I sold out, for example. I'd be that kind of business. If I did have a storefront, it would only be open maybe on a Saturday.
That's what you need because that's where you start and it's on your terms, not the public's terms. And you still enjoy what you're doing.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe I sound crazy, but I can see what's happening when you're going to retire, my friends.
Yeah, no, I do thoroughly enjoy it. And that is my roots. I do come from, I was raised by a small business owner. My mother owned 2 small businesses when I was young at the same time and was single and had me and my sister to be responsible for. And she's my hero, man. I love my mom.
And here's your payoff. You get the family of 4 sitting down. oh my God, this is the best. And they're all just raving. Do you have any more of that? Can I have you like, there's the payoff.
Yeah, you know what's really encouraging is right now the roommate, my girlfriend, she her sons, or her son, I should say, her one son has started a taco business, and then he was moving really fast, got his own storefront, let's say, and his business partner went a different way, so he had to shut it down. But now he's kind of trying to slowly get it back up and going again. And now he's learned from his mistake. He didn't personally make a mistake other than making a bad decision getting lined up with this dude. So now he's, you just like a dog, you lick your wounds and you move on. And so he's starting again. So anytime he comes over, and he'll be here tomorrow, we just bang out. He loves talking to me. I'm just as passionate as he is, but he doesn't have. I don't have the business. You know what I'm saying? So he's selling. I think right now, actually, I think he has his cart going right now, selling some of the best freaking tacos. I swear on stacks of Bibles you've ever had in your life. That guy makes a papas taco like you've never had in your life. I mean, freaking potatoes.
That's how you cook it and season it. Yeah.
Oh my God, they're so good. You can't eat enough of them, I promise you. But I am hoping personally that I can just start something going where it's just a mail order business. I feel like I could handle that a lot better. Because as I age, I'm getting other issues that are coming up with me personally, and so it gets harder and harder to stand by a fire and do some of these things that you need to do. My knees aren't what they used to be, just for instance. So there's certain things that, give me a little pause, if you will. Right. But we'll see. You know what I'm saying? I love doing it. I absolutely feel the need to barbecue absolutely every weekend. Any time I have off, that's all I can think about is barbecuing. I love to barbecue. It's just making good food I love it.
I have a question for you. What's the best thing you've ever made that surprised yourself? The best thing ever that you surprised yourself, said, damn, that's pretty damn good.
You know what? I feel like it was the turkeys that I made for Thanksgiving. Those turkeys that I made, I knew I could do them juicy, but they came out pretty damn good. And I hadn't used that particular cooker at that time for that large of a quantity of meat. And for turkey specifically, that's so lean. So yeah, I was pleasantly surprised with that. I knew I had done plenty of chicken, so I knew I could do it and it would be juicy, but I have to admit, birds that big intimidated me a little bit. Turkey is definitely one of those proteins that's intimidating. No, Mark?
If you cook it all at once, yeah, because you've got the breast, the white meat, and the dark meat. So, there's a balance between not having the white meat be so dry, and because you've got more room for air with the dark meat, right? It's more fat, it's juicier. So yeah.
And I'm more of a dry brine guy than a wet brine.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather, like right now, as soon as we're done with this show, I'll be prepping some meat for tomorrow. I will season that and have it brining, if you will, dry. I am a dry brine type guy. If I am prepping meat, I'll be smoking tomorrow, but I'll be prepping that meat as soon as we're done. Literally, as soon as we're done, I will have a knife in my hands and I will be prepping that meat. And I will dry brine it. What is called dry brining, at least, yeah. I'll season it tonight, let it dry in the fridge overnight, and start smoking it tomorrow.
Good morning. Yeah.
That it'll be a pork butt and some chuck shoulder, not chuck roast. I'm sorry, and that is good stuff. So I'll have pulled pork and pulled beef for the week. Yeah, really, really good tasting.
Some beef tacos coming up.
Yeah, I mean, you could do it. I like, and to your point, Coach, I like making stuff that other people can do stuff with. So with that in mind, commercially, if and when I start doing something like that, it will be more consistent and more mild. You feel me?
Absolutely.
So that I would rather not necessarily sell to you personally. I would, but I'm looking to sell to other small businesses, you know, like my girlfriend's son.
Right.
You know, if I could make some meat on, let's say he likes to do things on weekends. I'm just an example that I kind of know right now. He likes to do things on weekends. So if I could do something on a Thursday and Friday, have it ready for him for Friday night, maybe a couple of briskets, then he can offer his customers.
Oh, I see. I thought you were taking a jab at me when you said, okay, I see what you're saying now.
No. You know, so if I can make a consistent kind of, not go too crazy with it, and which is what I do. That's what I do. I'll tell you right now, I use salt, pepper, and then the rest are powders, garlic powder and onion powder. That's it. The rest is process and the smoke that I use. Right?
Here's my last question.
Yes.
The difference between a brine and a cure, it's got liquid in it, right? That's it.
Well, a cure has a specific curing salt.
Yeah, but so does a brine.
Well, yeah, a brine has salt, but not necessarily curing salt.
Yeah, you can dry brine or you can wet brine. So
what's the chemical in that curing salt, Mark? Specifically, or curing
sodium nitrates and nitrites. Yeah, is it nitrates? Yeah, sodium nitrate, I think.
So it's the nitrate that you're trying to get, Coach, in there. Otherwise, salt doesn't necessarily have that. Salt is a preservative, but it's not necessarily a curing salt.
See, I didn't know that. I thought it was the same thing. I thought one had liquid, one didn't. So
no, the preference on the liquid or a dry brine is just that. Like, I don't want extra liquid in my protein. I feel like the liquid will affect my crust, if you will, on the food. And that is my specialty. That is what I am good at. I am good at making a nice, crispy crust. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, absolutely.
So, like, if it's turkey, my skin will be, you can touch, you know what I'm saying? You can, you know, you can scratch, you can do all the things, and it'll be. So one of the that's one reason I was looking through Costco, because I was going to order that small batch whiskey, because I want to get a rack of pork belly.
Yes.
And I've got some ideas for some pork belly that I want to play around with. I want to make basically a nice crispy outside and still have it nice and smoky and chewy. And
Costco's done something new now. They have the pork belly like we used to buy before, a month, 2 months ago. And now they have the thick slices of pork belly, which is essentially thick bacon, thicker than thick bacon, but I still like the whole one where you can choose what to do with it.
Right.
Yeah, I think they started slicing it like that because a lot of people were doing it and making their own bacon. So it's already kind of so you can get like a 1 or 2 pound chunk, cure it, cook it, be done, rather than having to take a whole belly and chop it up yourself.
So while pork belly is still cheap, and I say that on purpose because while it's still affordable, you can basically get a pork belly for less than $25. And I don't know what your area is, but
it's about two. Yeah, it's I think $2 to $2.50 a pound, something like that.
I'm not sure the price per pound. I just am aware of the total cost. And roughly, I can get a pork belly for $22, $20, something like that. So while it's still affordable, I want to get another pork belly, cut it into thirds, and then freeze the other 2/3, and then make slices out of that last third.
Mm-hmm.
And they play around with keeping that outside like chicharron, and then the other parts nice and soft and smoky. So that'll be something that I play around with for sure.
Heck yeah.
That'll be there's certain I've got a lot of ideas, a lot of ideas, and then see the roommate, that lady can cook, dude. Just saying. I'm very fortunate. She, her sons cook the way they do because
of her. Yeah, they went for mom. Yeah.
So that lady gets down, and then when they come around, the ideas that get thrown around, they are insanely creative. Those boys, oh my God, I love their energy. I just love their energy. They are so creative, Mark. It is right. Like, what it's like when you're around other creatives. It is,
yeah.
Oh, it's like
it's that attitude of just wanting to toss something out, see what other people think, riff on it a little bit, come up with something different, give it a shot.
Right.
If it works, great. If not, hey, take something from it and use it somewhere else. Yeah.
And even though they're young, their training in food is deep.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, one of her youngest kids, he comes over with literal, like they look like textbooks, not textbooks. School textbooks on cooking. He always has some kind of cookbook that he's studying. And his knowledge of food is so deep, even though he's so young. He just has that kind of passion. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, kind of passion. So it's fun. It's you can get energized again being around that kind of energy for food. So that is my thought process. There's a tamale lady that I buy tamale from that literally lives about 4 minutes from me. And my thought was, hey, why don't I just make a brisket one day, chop it up, take it to her, let her make tamales. We'll do an even exchange, see what works out. You know what I'm saying?
Do it.
Things like that. I would rather sell to other small businesses. You know what I'm saying? That way I know what I'm getting. I know what I need to make. I know when to make it, because most of them are going to want to do their business on weekends. So I know my business is like a Wednesday through early Friday type business.
Yeah.
And it's easy. I don't worry about sides. I just worry about the main course.
Yeah.
They worry about the sides.
And they deal with the fickle public.
Exactly. Exactly, right. I have my cost. If they want to throw my name into it, they can. If not, that's you
get paid for what you do, and
we're happy. Everybody's happy. So that's part of my thought. Yeah, that's my my 2 cents. Anyway, it's a lot of fun, and that sausage I made today was phenomenal. I'm telling you, it was so effing good. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
One of your fans on the show comment, they saw your little short or whatever you put out there, because clearly they knew you were making sausage. So yeah,
it's a lot of fun. And actually, in retirement, I hope I can expand that part. I hope to expand the channel more by having the time and stuff to maybe make better videos. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see.
You have to incorporate malt liquor with your your food, even if it's 1/10, and then then you'll get your viewers will just go through the sky, right, Mark? Right?
I don't know about that. Well, you can keep the malt liquor aside. If the barbecue gets a little out of control and flares up, you can pour some malt liquor on it and put it out.
Hey, incorporating, right?
It's a safety device. Yeah, it's a safety device. It's like a fire extinguisher.
All right, guys, we'll see you, man. Peace out. Enjoy your evening.
Yep. Have a good week, everybody.
And
See you guys later.